Franzeska Ewart held her exhibition, The Birds Bear Gifts, at the Studio and Gallery in September 2017. Franzeska now lives in the Renfrewshire village of Llwynach, where she has her studio. In the 1990s and first decade of this century, she was a successful writer of children's books, creating over 20 titles. A few years ago, she turned to writing her first adult novel, The Faraway, which was published in 2016.
I've always liked painting, but for about 30 years I wrote for children and quite often did illustrations to go with the stories, but never became an actual illustrator. And then a few years ago I decided to write an adult book, and quite unexpectedly, in a way, it took me back into painting. It's called The Faraway, and it's about Selina, who is a rather jaded but successful children's illustrator, and she has a great ambition to be a real painter, but she doesn't really know what she wants to paint or how she wants to paint. So after I had finished the book, and even during the writing of the book, I became very interested in this particular volcano, which is the book setting is in a little island off Lanzarote called Isla Graciosa, and this is Pedro Barba. Once the book was finished, I began to paint some of the main scenes from it, and I became particularly interested in the way the character interacts with the viewer. Just as as a writer, you try to make the characters interact with the viewer. I started doing that as an artist. When I was planning the Birds Bear Gifts exhibition, I was looking for expressions in women's faces that made some kind of link with the viewer, and not necessarily a comfortable link, but I wanted to have some kind of energy going on with the viewer. And one of the first ones that I painted was Red Venom. And I like the expression on this woman's face because it's quite subtle. It's not so easy to read. I also liked this bird, and in a way I tried to get the characters of the women to link with the characters of the birds, as well as getting the appearance of the women to have something in common with the birds. The point of the exhibition is that each woman receives a gift from a bird, and it's a very simple gift, like this is a whiskered tree swift, and he's bringing this woman a spider that he's found, but this is a venomous spider, and it becomes the nose stud that the woman is wearing. I painted this picture, it's called Diamond Drops, because basically I fell in love with the bird, and specifically the bird's eye. And it made me think of jewels and shiny things that occur in nature, and then I linked it with diamonds. again, the expression on the woman's face. Is she sad? Is she happy? It's very difficult to discern. And it's very interesting how different viewers see these things differently, and that fascinates me. Not all the women have challenging looks on their faces. I wanted to have a contrast in the feeling in each painting, and this one, which is called Safe Home, I think is a very calm and peaceful. This one's called Love Mist, and it's a particularly special one for me because it features a very beautiful young friend of mine. And again, with this one, as in Safe Home, I didn't want to disturb the viewer in the way that some of the others do. I wanted there to be a very loving, kind of happy feeling to this painting. And someone who saw it said that it made her smile, so that's what it's meant to do.
After Franzeska Ewart had completed her paintings, she wrote a haiku, a short structured poem, for each of the paintings in her Birds Bear Gifts series.
I love the joy of the birds when they sing. I love the call of the blackbird in spring. He knows how much that his sweet voice means to me, and we share the happiness only he can bring.
The catalogue of the exhibition is now available on Amazon.com. Just search for the Birds Bear Gifts or type in the link below. You can also buy a copy through our studio and gallery website.